This is my presentation and TED Talk on confidence in sports and how confidence has a direct relation to your performance when it comes to most competitive sports. Confidence in sports is one of the biggest intangible factors that you can have when it comes to playing a sport. Having confidence is not something that you can just get. It's not something that someone can teach you. It's something that you have to build on your own, and it comes from many factors, but it only can stem from you. Confidence's impact on sports. They say in competitive sports, the mental factor of sports is 80 to 90% of the sport, where your actual physical capabilities is only around 10 to 20. And while those numbers may be skewed and it can be different for others who are extremely naturally physically talented, around 50% of whatever that mental percentage is your personal confidence. And if you don't believe in yourself, no matter what, no matter how much physical talent, no matter how much skills you developed, if you don't believe in yourself, you can't perform at your highest level. There are many sources of confidence, including coaching, support from your friends and family, how you overcome your mistakes, and your self-image and how you perceive yourself. Skill development is extremely important. So while you can be as confident as you want in the world, if you don't train and you don't have anything to back up that confidence, that becomes ego, and that's based off of your raw talent, and that can, while you can be confident, you don't want to have an ego because arrogance leads to failure. Many athletes believe that their success only stems from their physical capabilities, but Jerry West says, if you believe you can, you will, but if you believe you can't, you never can. And he's an all-star, he's a Hall of Famer, all-star, the NBA logo. He's one of the most famous basketball players of all time. And one of his greatest beliefs is that your performance stems from your confidence in yourself. Another aspect is generally just the support of others around you, your coaches, your friends, your family. Many people's opinions weigh in on your self-image, and if you're constantly hearing bad stuff around you, your confidence and performance will both go down. If you hear, oh, so-and-so has been playing so bad, and it gets back to so-and-so, they're going to be thinking, how can I do better? What am I doing wrong? Why can't I fix this? And they're going to be all in their head, and that's the last thing you want to do. You want to be confident in your abilities. It's important to learn from your mistakes and also to watch others. If you watch professional athletes, I feel like my best example would be the recent NBA playoffs. These professional athletes, even when they lose, you can see how they react in their press conferences and how they're like, we'll get them next time. I know my team is capable and I'm confident in my teammates' abilities to play hard defense, score points, and do whatever we have to do to get to the next level, to win these finals, to win this round of the playoffs. It's also important to learn from your own mistakes. So watching film, listening to maybe not negative stuff about you, but the criticisms, and to learn from how you've been messing up is extremely important to develop further. And also knowing that you've made those changes can boost your confidence, knowing that, oh, well, I've satisfied what they believe I can do. Now I got to get to the next level. There's lots of performance beyond talent. Tim Knox says hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard, and that's one of my favorite quotes, because you could have all the talent in the world, but if you plateau at that one level, then you can never go farther than that. And that those who work hard and push their bodies to the limits, they can back up all that. They can back up all that hard work and go into their competitive games with the confidence that they did as much as they can to reach their peak performance. Back to hard work beats talent. Hard work beats talent when talent relies on their natural ability. Arrogance comes from your ego, but confidence can come from the effort you put in. The significance of practice, my favorite example would be Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt trained 6 days a week, 3 hours a day for 11 months a year for 4 years for one of his Olympic events. That is a total of 3,429 hours, and he ran 9 seconds. He ran 9.58 seconds, and that is less than a half of a percent of how much he trained. For 9 seconds, he trained 3,000 hours. There are lots of strategies to build confidence, and one of those would be to consider all the little things you do wins, and it's important to understand that the little things that build you up to your competition are just as important as the competition itself. It's also important to set achievable goals, because without achievable goals and without understanding where you are and putting yourself way above where you could be will backfire on you, and when you fail, it'll lower your confidence. So it's important to set goals that you know you can complete. Mental versus physical preparation. It's important to be mentally and physically strong. Physical condition and mental training are just as important. They go hand in hand, and it's important to have them both. But they even out. So it's important while you train as much as you can physically, you also need to train yourself mentally and understand that your confidence also plays a factor in your performance. It's important to embrace a mindset of a champion as you watch these professional athletes do all their work and training, and you see them play in the professional games. They have this mentality that they're the best ever, that they're gonna win, and that's one of the most important factors when it comes to their ability to make it to that level and continue to play at that level. To continue with a winning mentality, the pitcher Oswald Sylvester said that lazy people do a little work and think they should be winning, while winners do as much work as possible and wonder if they're still being lazy. This just goes back to that mentality of people who really want it will do everything they can, and people who have that talent, while maybe seeing results, will peak and think that they deserve it all. Finally, confidence is not just supporting you in your performance in sports, but it's everything you do. This goes back, it's the most important thing in life to learn from your mistakes, and it relates to everything, every aspect of life. Building confidence can help you perform wherever you are. And that's my TED Talk.